Greetings, parents, and thank you so much for joining us at our Title I Stakeholder Town Hall meeting presented today, August 30th at 1 o'clock p.m. I am Ms. Presley, your proud principal at Oakview Elementary School, and I'll jump right in with our norms. Please be reminded that all participants will keep a focus on the purpose of our meeting. All participants do have the freedom to express their views in a respectful and positive environment. So let's make sure that we're working as a community to ensure that the solutions that we develop are good for the whole and that we refrain from being disruptive or disrespectful to one another's viewpoints. And please keep your microphones muted until you're given the opportunity to speak towards the end of the meeting. As always, our goals for the year, we have 3 priority areas and we'll focus on 2. Priority area 1 is that we will show an increase by 3% of our students who are at the proficient or distinguished level on the Georgia milestones, as well as a 3% increase with those showing or meeting projected growth on MAP. And although we are currently waiting on a waiver to be approved by the state of Georgia for assessments for the year, we still want to hold ourselves accountable. So once the district opens the window for the MAP assessment, we will still gauge our success by the increase of 3% of our students meeting their expected growth. Likewise, for our priority area 2, which is mathematics, we will show a 3% growth of students who are achieving proficient or distinguished, as well as 3% of our students growing and meeting their expected growth projection for mathematics this fall through the spring of 2021. On last week, during our town hall meeting, you all gave some very explicit concerns, as well as our faculty and staff sharing in their concerns. And so, just a review of those concerns, many of you discussed the district's required use of Clever, which gives you access to Verge or its learning, as well as Microsoft Teams. And what we found is that those platforms are not working consistently, and our students are having a difficult time with managing between those 3 platforms independently when necessary. Some of the codes are not working, or they're not working consistently. Some of our students, although they are registered and listed in Infinite Campus, they can't access the Chromebooks using their student numbers. Sometimes we have students waiting for extended periods of time for teachers to grant them access into Microsoft Teams classes, and waiting for assistance with troubleshooting. Although we are working as a 3 or 4 man team to troubleshoot and help parents with technology issues, sometimes those numbers can be massive if we're having outages on district platforms and parents not seeing the school-wide communication. And then, of course, the first week of school, when we had the issues with there being too many requests for Microsoft Teams and having to help parents navigate around that issue. We noticed that we have quite a bit of teachers who are getting disconnected and trying to jump back into classes before students realize that their teachers have been kicked out of the class, whether it be just a technology glitch or whether it be a teacher is kicked out when they're trying to share some form of presentation with the children. We also noticed that our students have some of the admin rights, and so while we were able to block the ones that was allowing students to kick each other out of class as well as kick the teacher out of class, we still have an issue school-wide, even up until Friday, of students muting teachers and muting one another when a student is trying to have a conversation with the teacher centered around instruction. So we noticed that to be a huge concern for our faculty and staff. We also noticed that students are creating unauthorized meetings that don't include the teacher. That poses a major concern because at that point we're not sure what those students are being exposed to, whether it be appropriate or inappropriate, as well as the content that may be shared. And so that is a huge issue, and those students have been creating those meetings using the initial meeting that the teacher created, and they're extending the meeting beyond the class time without permission. Parents are having questions on a regular basis about how they can go back and see the assignments from the previous day that we posted in Microsoft Teams. Some of you, as parents, have expressed a huge concern about your children being successful because you don't have the internet for various reasons. And those reasons have ranged from, it's not financially possible right now for you to offer internet in your home, or your child is staying with a caregiver during the day who also may not have internet access, or you have intermittent service. And then I know that there's an area in our school community where Xfinity is no longer offered, and you all are having to switch over to other internet providers. And that is taking some time to get that scheduled and get the necessary install. And so we know that there's some students who are without internet, and we want to make sure that those students can also be successful. Many of our teachers have expressed that Microsoft Teams is not kid friendly for our younger students. It is okay for the middle and high school students, but we've just been seeing an issue with it at our particular elementary school for our students. Microsoft Teams has not really been compatible with the instructional tools that we've been using and with the Chromebook devices. We've got students who are consistently kicked out, and there have been a lot of technology glitches. And it could be due to bandwidth issues, or it could be a compatibility with the Microsoft Suite with the Google Chromebook, and we're not sure, or if it's a combination of both. Parents have expressed concerns, and some teachers have also expressed concerns with needing everything housed in one location and not jumping back and forth between platforms, whether it be Clever, Verge, Teams, USA Test Prep, Imagine Learning, and all other instructional tools. Just trying to get everything in one centralized location would be definitely helpful. And then there's been a plethora of issues with parents calling the school but not getting an answer while we've been teleworking and not using the website as a resource. And so those are the major concerns that were presented last week during our town hall and during our faculty meeting. So I'll share with you some solutions and the rationale for why we've made the solution recommendation that we have. So because the district has purchased Google Chromebooks, for our students, we are going to switch over and use the Google Suite. There will no longer be a need to switch between applications because those applications can be embedded right into the assignments for the students on a daily basis. Google was created for education and classroom use, so it's a much more friendly platform for children, especially the younger babies. It's just a whole lot easier to navigate. Teachers in Google Classroom actually have admin rights, so some of the mischief that we've been experiencing with our students, our hope is that that will cease as a result of them no longer having some of the rights that they have in Microsoft Teams. As I mentioned before, Google Meets and other apps that are necessary are actually embedded in the Google Classroom and in the Google Suite. And so it makes that transition and compatibility much better with just a single click. It is a web-based program, so it's not something that requires a lot of special permissions. Once you have that initial class code, there's quite a bit that we can bypass as it relates to needing permissions. And so we will take advantage of that feature, as well as it's an app, and so you can download it from your app or Play Store. And have it on your phone, so that if for any reason your Google Chromebook is not working, or you're having an issue with accessing anything on your student devices, you can bypass that by using a personal device. So I will show you in just a moment what we will have our students, the learning activities that we'll have for our students, as well as what our teachers will be doing during that time. And we'll also incorporate a virtual front office that will be open during school hours, which is 8:30 until 3:15 in the afternoon. So for our students next week, some of you have expressed some major concerns with daily attendance, and so we have created a Google form that students will use every day. And that form will capture their daily attendance. And we're asking all parents and students, whether you're doing a live session or you're coming back in the evening to do school with your children after work, we ask that you access that daily attendance form and use that form to capture your child's attendance. And that will begin on Monday, um, August the 31st. We will continue with our morning meetings this week. And those morning meetings, once again, the teachers will be able to continue as they have with us, giving you access to the morning announcements, or after you come in after the morning announcements, making sure attendance has been taken on our form, as well as give you daily directions to make sure the children know what to do before turning them loose to do their independent work. We will have our assignments posted on Class Dojo daily in our school story, but teachers will also post in their class stories and be available to answer questions in Class Dojo if that's necessary. Monday through Friday, students will access USA Test Prep. They should have a diagnostic for all content areas, and they'll also have grade level specific assignments where we are addressing the bridge standards, those standards where our students may have missed or had gaps from the end of last school year, and prepare for our Unit 1 standards in each content area. And you will see that to be true in every content as well as in our specials. We're also asking that our students 30 minutes every day, either doing their Imagine Literacy or their Imagine Math, and that will be outlined. You'll see in the documents that we'll provide for parents. And then for our kindergarten through third grade students, we'll use this time to give our reading assessments. And so you should have received a phone call if you have a student in grades kindergarten through third grade. You should have received a phone call on Friday or Saturday to give you an appointment time where our paraprofessionals will call and administer our really great reading beginning of year assessment. So we will use this time while teachers are preparing their Google Classrooms to get that assessment data that we need. And any student who has not completed the Student Code of Conduct in Burge will be required to do so on tomorrow, which is August 31st, so that we can capture that data. Parents, this is a wonderful opportunity for you to sit with your students at this time and go over the Student Code of Conduct so that they can understand the behavioral expectations, but so you also will be familiar with our Student Code of Conduct and the behavior expectations that are in place, not only while we're in virtual learning, but when we return back to the building. So this is a glimpse of the documents that you will receive via email through School Messenger, as well as posted on Class Dojo. Once again, the students will check in through our attendance link every day. Our school morning announcements are on YouTube, and where you see the green with the underline, those are live links, and so you can click the link for YouTube and it'll take you straight to our YouTube page for you to see the morning announcements, as well as you can click the attendance link here and go straight to the link where you will put your child's attendance, and it simply asks for their name, their grade, and the date so that we can capture them every single day. This is what the overview looks like, so you can have it on one page. These activities are self-paced, and so the children will work on these independently and just make sure that they're finished at the end of the school day. Teachers will use this as their grading for the week. As you see, Monday we're doing the Student Code of Conduct, Imagine Math, and we'll focus on science. Tuesday we'll do Imagine Math, focus on math and health. Wednesday, we'll do Imagine Literacy with our focus in USA Test Prep on language arts and reading, as well as music. Thursday, we'll do Imagine Literacy with our focus in USA Test Prep on social studies and arts. And then Friday, we'll do Imagine Literacy with our focus in USA Test Prep on writing, a PE lesson. And Friday, we will actually do a school-wide Google Classroom test run. We have outlined for you in the next 4 or 5 slides each day individually, so it's an easier view. If the overview page is too much, then you can see it here in a daily view, but it gives the exact same information that was on the overview. Click through, you'll see that these are pretty much the same for each day, with the specials activity attached. What you see on this slide is a links, just in case the embedded links don't work in the original slides, then you actually have the web addresses here to use if the links don't work. And if you make it to this slide, parents, then you've done a great job. You've made it through. And we look forward to seeing you after Labor Day on the Google Classroom platform. So what I have asked Dr. Davis to do is to give you a glimpse of what this looks like on your side.
Greetings, Oakview parents. Dr. Davis here, and in this quick video, I want to show you how clean, simple, and just overall easy Google
actually have an opportunity to see it from a mobile device. And so Google Classroom is not just sold to a laptop and desktop, but because it is located in your app store, you can see it from your mobile device. And that's whether you have an iOS or an Android. You can see it from your mobile device in the app. So please take a moment and click on the picture that says Google Classroom so that you can actually see a demonstration of what that looks like. We will continue with our tech support with Mr. Boozer, one of our paraprofessionals. There is a tech form on our website, as well as an email address and his Google number in case you need to call him for further clarity. But please make sure you're utilizing our Oakview Tech support system in case you have any issues. In addition, DeKalb County School District does offer virtual learning tech support as well, and you can find that information housed on our website as well as the school district website. Our parent engagement center for the district is offering tech cafes. Please note that on September 17th, their focus is on the Google Suite. So please feel free to take advantage of that opportunity if you have a chance. Two other issues that we are working through, one of them being an exclusive meeting just for our parents of students who have disabilities. Several of you of those parents have reached out to me with some questions about how we're going to meet IEP requirements and progress monitor with our IEP goals. And so we'll be doing an exclusive meeting just for those parents, as well as providing an opportunity for our students to come to the school to check out Media Center books for those that don't have access to the internet, and they can continue with their love of reading as we keep our grade level standards in front of our children. Parents, because we're a Title I school, and we've discussed in depth before that as a Title I school, there are certain federal guidelines and requirements. 3 of those requirements are centered around parental involvement. And so you have done a great job since the beginning of the school year offering feedback via Class Dojo, via email, or via our town hall meetings, whether it be our Facebook town hall meetings or our Zoom town hall meetings. You've done a phenomenal job with providing that feedback on our virtual learning platform. But now we need to take it a step further. And I really am asking you to take a moment and read over our school compact from the 2019-2020 school year and our parental involvement policy from the 2019-2020 school year. And let us know any revisions, additions, substitutions, takeaways that you'd like to see in those documents. I've provided for you a link here for the parent input form, and you'll go in that form and simply put any of the revisions that you'd like for us to make in those documents. And the final copy will be provided at our annual Title I meeting. So I'm going to ask, as the parents of Oakview Elementary School, which is a Title I school, if you just take a moment of your time to read over our compact from last year, read over our policy from last year, and make sure that the goals that we said we've set, as well as the support that we'll provide to you, is conducive to what you need. If there are any additional workshops that you feel will be helpful to you, please let us know. And once we offer those workshops, I'm going to ask that you be present to take advantage of the learning. At this time, I'm going to pause and allow you an opportunity to give us feedback on everything that I've shared today. Any questions that you have, any kudos or recommendations for how we can move forward. I appreciate you, and at this time, I'll yield the floor to you as a parent. These are a couple of dates to remember, parents, as we move forward throughout our year. Thank you for your feedback. And with no further ado, if there's nothing else to offer, I want to bid you a happy Sunday. Continue to be safe, sane, and well. And we will see your babies in the morning during our morning check in. Have a great, great afternoon.